So today I want to talk to you guys about how important strain selection is for growing seasonal mushrooms. This is not something that you can read about in a book. This is not something that someone can teach you. This is something that you need to learn for your bioregion, and it takes years of practice, years of experimentation, and it's not something you can learn overnight. I'm 6 years into this business, 4 years into Summerland here with the new partnership and the expansion that we did in 2014, and I am still fine-tuning everything on this farm. Our hardest month is always June, where we transition from cold to hot. June can run from anywhere between 15 degrees Celsius up to 35, and I always have to be prepared and ready for that. And no matter what I do, it's always going to be a month with challenges, and it's always going to be a month where we're not able to meet demand and we're not able to even get close to peak production. So I'll put it in perspective. In May this year, our best month the company's ever had, we did about 1,400 pounds of mushrooms, and then we did 800 pounds of mushrooms in June, just last month. This month in July, we're still playing around with our transition species, but we're just heading into peak summer production with our warm weather strains, and we're going to start taking advantage of those strains and their abilities in about a week or so. And you know, that's going to come into the end of August, where we're going to really start pumping out production. But what I want to talk to you guys about is that you really need to focus on your bioregion, your local strains, because you never know how they're going to perform in your area. These strains are conditioned to your environment, and they might be some of the best strains that you ever grow. We grow a pearl oyster strain here, and I've had this strain for about 3 years, and we collected that from the wild in Oliver. It was growing just on a log in someone's yard, and we brought that into culture. And that strain I picked up in the fall, and I was thinking it was more or less a cold tolerant species that I was going to grow in the spring and the fall. And now, entering the third year with this mushroom strain, I'm starting to realize that not only does it like the cold, it'll grow down to about 5 degrees Celsius, can handle freezing, and it'll still rebound and keep growing. But it's also handling up to 35 Celsius on our farm here. Like, absolutely unbelievable. This is a strain that I am just starting to realize that I can honestly grow year round. I've actually never had an oyster mushroom strain that we can actually grow year round. We're always looking to transition, and I usually have about 15 degrees Celsius of tolerance between strains that I can pick from, and it's always the challenge for me. So this pearl oyster strain is what we're calling it. It's more like an indigenous West Coast variety, a cream-colored oyster mushroom. I'm going to be, unfortunately, I don't have any more in production right now. All I have is just like third and fourth flush that is still kind of staggering off in our greenhouse. But I'm going to be heavily producing that in August, hopefully, if I can catch up on my production. And if this year continues the way it is, it's probably going to be pretty warm coming into September, which we've seen in the past. We can still get up to about 35 Celsius for the first few weeks of September. So I need to finish my research on this strain, and then realistically, I'm going to be running our pearl oyster strain all year next year, which is awesome because it's a $10 a pound mushroom variety that the chefs really like. They like that price point, but then I'll be able to offer some more stuff kind of in between there, whether it's cheaper or more expensive. So it'll be a nice variety. But what's really important is that I'll be able to have a species that I can count on in June, a species I can count on in August and September as we transition from hot to cold or cold to hot. These are some of the biggest challenges that I have for my business. Very happy with last month. Definitely the best month I've ever had in June, doing 800 pounds of mushrooms. But for us, we're still looking to do better, and that is always the challenge: is how can we produce more with what we have on the farm here without blowing our labor budget, without blowing expenses. Just like any business, we always have sunk costs, and we're always looking to maximize the profitability of our product. So we are just entering into the second week of July, and we've filled these 3 greenhouses here. Greenhouse 1 is just starting to fruit. Lion's mane will bring you in there. We're starting to get some elm oyster in greenhouse 2, and then greenhouse 3 here we're just starting to fill. You guys can see there. I should note something we're trying to prevent here is this misting fan. It doesn't distribute moisture as well as our other fans, and what we're getting is these water droplets right here. There's a little bit back there. So it definitely was a lot worse, and we put up these shade cloth to block out a lot of the moisture that's hitting these shelves, because that moisture that collects on the shelf, it'll drip, hit the mushroom will get wet, and in most cases this is how we get blotch in our greenhouse, is from these little water droplets that allow bacteria to start collecting and then dropping on the mushroom. So this has been a really nice option for us. We put an extra shelf on here, and we're just trying to redistribute the moisture a lot better and hopefully have a better product as a result. So we're doing that divider for all of our greenhouses. And I'm especially happy with the new fan with these dividers, how well it's actually working. So right now we're transitioning with elm oyster and lion's mane. Lion's mane does really well this time of year. The only problem is it does grow really slow. So we're a little bit behind on our production coming into our second week in July, just because everything takes a little bit longer than I'd like. The elm oyster strain that we're transitioning right now with is our cold tolerant and heat tolerant strain that originated from Fungi perfecti. But unfortunately this strain doesn't yield as much as I'd like, so we're not really getting the return on investment that we're looking for. But what I am realizing is that our pearl oyster strain is looking to be a true winner in this transition that we're looking to hit next June. So we're probably finishing off this year, and we're probably not going to be growing this elm oyster strain anymore. We're just moving into our warm weather elm oyster strain that originated from Fungi perfecti that originated from Fungi for the People that I got from Jay Schindler, and that strain has always been a true winner for us. Really large fruit bodies. In most cases I get about a pound yield on the first flush, half a pound yield on the second flush. So this strain just kind of blows our numbers right out. We always get a really nice yield from that. So we're just heading into that, but we're definitely looking for better ways to transition. So I think next year my 3 winners are going to be chestnut mushroom, our pearl oyster, and lion's mane. The only thing is we're going to go really heavy on the pearl oyster and not count on the lion's mane, but once we get our yields producing from our lion's mane, we're really going to start picking up. So really, it's for us, the challenge for June next year, I think, is to hit about 1,200 pounds. We had 800 pounds last month in June, and that is going to be the goal for us. Anyways, guys, just remember that we're always trying to work out how to figure out how to grow more mushrooms. Our farm is completely experimental, and that's what makes it so exciting. It's very different from any traditional mushroom farm, and very challenging because we grow mushrooms seasonally outdoors. So for us, it's always learning, it's always doing research, and that takes years, and that is why we're offering a course for you guys to learn here, because there's so much knowledge that I have developed from the years that I have been developing this business, and I want to teach you guys how to grow mushrooms throughout the season and hopefully shave off a few years in your learning curve, because all of this does take time. Anyways, we'll talk to you soon.